So let's cover how to do a leg extension. So your machine might look slightly different in this one, potentially will have a little bit less of adjustment in this one. So here's a few things that you want to notice. If you're able to control the height of where the pad's going to be on your leg, then do so, because it'll change the point of tension and it'll be a little bit more comfortable on your leg. One of the things you want is if you have the ability to control the full range of motion that you can. So this would be the lowest if I put it at this setting here. What I want is put it at the lowest setting so that I can get a full stretch on the quad, right? So by bringing the leg backwards, you're getting a fuller stretch. Again, if you want to train a muscle properly, we have to stretch it and contract it. If this is the full range of motion we're going to be doing, we're not getting a full stretch on the quad. The last adjustment that you may need to make is the seat. So a lot of people don't know where to position the seat during a leg extension. What you want is going to be based off your height and the length of your legs. You basically want where the point of rotation on the leg extension machine, you want it to align with your knees, right? So in this scenario, if I sit upright, it is straight across. If I was to put a pin across my knees from this joint here, this is where the movement would take place. If this is over here, you're gonna be finding yourself overextended like that. You won't be able to get a full range of motion. It'll be very challenging. If you're too far back and your knees are basically over the seat, you're gonna put a lot of tension on your knees and it won't feel that great. So now this machine has been positioned in a proper position for me. So one here, leg, this is adjusted. Now that we're ready to rock and roll, we can hold on to the handles here because we don't want our butt to be lifting as we're doing a leg extension, right? We want to keep our butt firmly planted on the seat, back against the seat, hold on to the handles, and then from here we're simply going to do our leg extension. Now once we're at the top here, I like to keep my feet pointed forward, right? Some people will have them on the outside, some people will have them inside. Trying to have them pointed straight on the, basically in a straight line, unless mentioned otherwise in your workout. So from here, you'll notice at the top, you'll be able to get a full squeeze that will go all the way up to your quad, to your hip flexors. Once you're at that full extension, at that full contraction, sorry, you're gonna go all the way down, get that full extension. I personally like to watch the plates to make sure that they just barely touch, right? You don't want to stop here because you're not fully getting that stretch out of the quad. You're not going to be able to maximize the exercise you're doing. So make sure that they touch or barely touch. You don't have to cling them together. Once they touch, go right back up, squeeze the quad, get that stretch. Squeeze the quad, get that stretch. That is basically how you do a leg extension. I think the hardest part for most people is getting positioned properly. Just make sure that the axle of the machine, which is the word I was looking for earlier, is in alignment with the axle of your knee and where it's going to be rotating. And that's going to take care of the rest. And then ultimately enjoy the exercise. So that's how you do a leg extension.